Good Friday morning, everybody. It's what is it, 30th of March? March is almost over, so we can get ready for April. Where did March go? It so it's sunny now. They say we're going to get some rain. Let's see what Google says. Hey Google, good morning.
Good morning, lucky dog. It is 8 a.m. Have a nice day.
Hey Google, what's the weather today?
Today in DeLand, there will be scattered showers with a forecasted high of 85 and a low of 59. Right now, it's 65 and sunny.
Yeah, it is sunny out, and they're calling for some rain. I was looking at the radar, and there is some rain coming in, possibly a little bit of rain all over the weekend. Guess we need it. They had that big fire down there. Hey, good morning, John. How you doing this morning? Yeah, John, I do. I do a chat every day. Rarely, I haven't missed one since I started them, I guess. So yeah, every morning. I've been doing them at 8 o'clock. I was doing them earlier, and most people aren't up as early as I am. So I've been putting them up 8 o'clock on. This morning it seems like it's working good. I had trouble with my sound yesterday. Ron's on there. Good morning, Ron. How you doing? Um, yeah, I try to do them every morning, 8 o'clock there, and just chat about anything. We mainly talk about road treks, campers, but any subject we can talk about. So anyone's on there, leave a comment. We'll talk about anything. This morning in my vlog, I did. Good morning, Larry. Larry's on here this morning, so cool to see everybody. This morning in my daily vlog, I did a thing on how to relax, or how we relax in our road trek, and basically I showed how we turn our seats around and how you just want to kick back, watch some television, and the disadvantages of ours, which is the versatile over the poplar. Poplar's bed, you can make them up as twin beds, where ours you can't, and you have to crawl over each other. So Bev's in bed yet, Larry said. So she's officially retired. How cool. And she can sleep in if she wants to. That's the whole idea. If you want to sleep in, you sleep in. If you want to get up, you can get up. Whatever you want. That's cool. So I'm so glad she's enjoying the rest of us in retirement. Retirement's good. Hey, John, are you retired? I think you might have known Ron is retired. He's been retired for quite a while here. Do people turn off the propane when they're driving? That's a good question. A lot of people do. I never used to. I mean, I've had a Class A, and I used to travel all over the place with it. And I kept the propane on, kept the refrigerator going. A lot of people do. What I always did is I kept the propane on all the time. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. You're retired, John. That's retirement. We joined together since September. Great. But yeah, I used to keep the propane on. But what I did, and it was a kind of a hassle when you 14 years. Ron's been retired. That's a good thing. So anyway, so what I did is when I got ready to get fuel, I would pull in and pull off the side and shut the propane off and shut the refrigerator off, which was a little bit of a pain. Now, I know you can run the refrigerators on 12 volts, some of them, if you have the three-way system. And yeah, Larry says he turns off the propane while driving and run the refrigerator on battery. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. You can run it on 12 volts, and it's safer to do it that way. I was trying to think, the refrigerator that was in our Roadtrek now it didn't have 12 volts. It only had gas and electric, so you really didn't have any choice but run it on propane. But now we have replaced that. We have a 120 volt compressor refrigerator, one of those dorm style ones I've replaced it with. And I have solar panels, and it runs on an inverter on 110 volts. So that's no issue. It's on all the time. I never turn it off on it. Yeah, like Ron said, when you're tired, you never have time to get anything done. You don't really. So what do you do? It's like I got all kinds of things to do. On. So anyway, that's how we run ours. As I said, we now ours is on the inverter, so we don't have to worry about turning it off on it. But I did run the propane. But like I said, you do need to be careful when you're going down the road when you get ready to get gas. Pull in, shut it off before you get to the gas pump. You know, I know people leave them on, and I've heard a lot of people say I just leave it run while I'm getting gas, but it's kind of touchy in my butt. And John says yes, I support it's important to have gas and pilot lights off before refueling. Yeah, I mean, it really is, and I've some people say no, I don't worry about it. You know, it's like, but I could be pretty disastrous. You know, that pilot light running. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend shutting it off and doing it that way on it. We was talking. I don't know if any of you has ever had your credit card hacked back to gas stations. And Sue's one credit card. We never use a debit card for like gas and things. We use a credit card. Well,
why?
And the reason we don't is because if you get hacked, which Sue got hacked again yesterday, and this is what the third time, and every time she's gotten hacked, we have just gotten gas at the same station right down the road, and I believe it's coming from that gas station. So if you use your debit card, what happens when you get hacked? And our bank's really good. They catch it and give you a call, and what they do is they cancel out that credit card. Now, if you're using a debit card, they would cancel out your debit card, and that really messes up your bank account for about 10 days. It's frozen. So we always use a credit card. Larry says, Bank of America has notified me of hacks and shut down my card. Yeah, and that's great. And so, you know, that's something that's happened to us. This is the third time. Now, we're going to quit using this gas station down the road because it seems like every time we have just gotten gas there, and then they start, you'll see where they'll put it in. They're using at a gas station across the state, and luckily the bank catches it, and then of course now it'll take 10 days to get a new credit card on. So Ron says, I don't pull my camper, but it sets away behind the pumps. Okay, so you don't shut off your propane on the camper, and it does set a ways behind your pumps. You know, I don't know how far the fumes would cause a problem. You know, so Larry said he's had it happen to his a few times, and what they do is they'll put $1 charge on those cards, and then they'll start running them up on it. And the good thing about using a credit card, well, I think your debit card is the same way. It's guaranteed. You know, you don't get charged for any of those charges that they put on when they hack you. But it's a pain. You know, we mainly use the one credit card because you get points on it, you get money back, and so it's really good. You know, every month you pay it off, but then you get points in there, so you get a check for $100 now and then on it. So Larry says, I have a few accounts that auto charge to my credit card, so shutting down my card causes issues, and I have to set up a new number with these accounts. Yeah, same with us. I've got a few auto pay things attached to that credit card, and then you causes issues, you know.
We just have the one, Disney.
Ron said, I use credit card for points. Yeah, the points are great. Yeah, we have a Disney pass that for the auto pay that, you know, Disney calls you up and tell you, say, your card's no good. And so, you know, you have to give them a different number, which I don't think we're going to renew that this year. It really, just a pain going from here to Orlando, go to the parks. I seen that this morning. I-4 was completely shut down. Semi truck crash, and you get in that mess, it will take you hours. It's from here to Disney. It's about, honestly, maybe 50 miles. Uh, but it could take you 3, 4 hours to go that far when I-4 gets shut down. And the back ways, really, you can drive for miles getting on the back ways, just getting over to Disney. So you can take the 417, which is a toll road. It costs you, was it, $7, $8 each way
Yeah.
to take the toll road around to avoid I-4 on it. So it's just a pain to get over to Disney, you know. Um, so yeah, credit cards is something, you know, when you're traveling and stuff is, and you know, here's a dilemma too. The one time Sue's cards got hacked, she was going to go up north and was going to use that card, and they did overnight her card, so she got it quick. But you know, 7 to 10 days, it can mess up your schedule for you on it. So yeah, the credit card place said the best way to avoid it is go inside and pay. It's a little more hassle, but run the card at the cash register rather than run it at the pumps.
But you have to do it twice.
You have to do it twice.
Yeah, because you won't unlock the pumps unless you go in.
Well, you only need to do it once, and then they just charge your card. Well, you have to go back and get your receipt if you want the receipt, you know. So anyways, they say that's the way to do it. Hey, these crooks are pretty slick, you know. They even when we got gas there, from this last hack, when I go up to a gas pump, that little thing where you stick the credit card in, I grab a hold of it and give it a jerk, you know, because some of them will flip that right over top of that. And then another thing I do is on the side of every pump, there should be a little seal on there where the state, ours is the agriculture, does the testing of that. But that seal, make sure it's not broken. That means it was possibly opened up and hacked with on it. And I did find one at same gas station that it was laying loose, that it was open. And so I pulled to another pump. But at this point, we decided this gas station, we're not using it anymore. You know, it's well, there's another one a little further up the road there, but that's a little more inconvenient. But we're going to go start using that one. Let's say, all in all, it's mainly just a hassle because you have to wait to get the card and go through that all. But stupid people, the stupid crooks, you know. Be honest. I don't know why they aren't honest like that. Hey, today's Good Friday. Sunday's Easter. So that way, and that changes every year. So you get, it's like, when is Easter this year? But so this is actually a holiday, Good Friday. On it. I take little notes here, things that I might want to talk about. Another one, when we've done boondock camping, when I get in the morning, and this goes with the coffee chat, I like my coffee, you know. And if you're out, if you have the generator, and say you're out with a lot of people. Last time we boondocked, we went to our radio control meet over here, and there was no hookups. And so, I wanted my coffee. So what we did, and sometimes you don't want to kick the generator on to get everybody else woke up. We got one of those old time percolating coffee pots, and we bought it over at the flea market. And so that's how I make my coffee. I can hit the propane burner and make my coffee that way, you know. Another thing I've done when I make my coffee is I'll carry a good thermos. And, you know, during the day when I'm running my generator, if I want to use a little coffee maker, you know, and make coffee, then I put that coffee in a thermos, and it'll stay pretty much warm all night. And even if it does cool down, I can heat it up on the stove on it. But anyway, that just kind of occurred to me this morning about how you make coffee when you're boondocking and that. So Ron said, let's go back to the old days when they come out and pump your gas and take your money. Yeah, remember the old days? They'd actually come out and pump it for you. You know, you didn't even have to get out of the car on it. Yeah, John says perk coffee is great. It is. I mean, perk coffee, an old percolator, is really, it makes really good coffee on it. I really like that, you know. I have just a standard one that we have on a timer. So when I get up in the morning, you know, my coffee's ready to go, and I've already done drink my coffee hours ago. I should always have a cup of coffee in my hand and drink coffee chat, but my coffee's done drank. And Ron said, yeah. So then John also says we have a insulated French press that works good. Yeah, you know, a French press makes excellent coffee, and I don't own one. A friend of mine had one, and it does make great coffee on it. Yeah, John, you're right. They used to come out, they clean your windshield, they check your oil. You know, I mean, you had full service back then, and now they don't. They don't do nothing. You're lucky if the pump works. You know, yeah, it's really crazy. And Larry says this year was our first year in Oregon. You could legally pump your own gas.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So you in Oregon you couldn't pump your own gas. So they did have them coming back. It says Oregon, it was your gas was always pumped for you.
Did it cost more? Ask if it cost more.
Yeah, I don't know. What did it cost more? I mean, did you pay at more of a premium price out there because they pumped your own? I mean, that was the good old days when they did pump your gas for you. That was actually a full service station, you know, check your oil, pump your gas, and then that just kind of went to the wayside on it. And Ronnie said he keeps an old pot in his camper. Yeah, you know, these are some of the things if you get out somewhere, and sometimes you're just traveling, and you know, if you want to spend the night at the Walmart parking lot, and you get up in the morning, you want your coffee, have to figure out, usually Walmarts have some sort of a little, what's ours have, a McDonald's in it, and you could go in and get a cup of coffee, but, you know, make my own coffee there, and it's great. He said, Larry said that he didn't think it cost any more when they pump. Don't tell us about your old potty. Did
he keeps an old pot in his.
Oh, he keeps an old pot, and don't tell us about your old potty. Hey, you got to have a potty too. And there, and John, he says, when I went out to the Roadtrek yesterday and had supper in the parking lot overlooking our local lighthouse. So fun to have in your own house with you. Yeah, you know, that's the cool thing. You know, your Roadtrek's your own home. And the neat thing about traveling Roadtrek or any camper, when you're traveling around, you have your own bed, you have your own bathroom. You know, it's really nice to have your own facilities on it. And we have a lighthouse down here in Ponce Inlet. It's really nice to. I wish you could stay down there, but they wouldn't let you stay in the parking lot.
You said he just went and had supper. He said.
Oh, I just had supper. I didn't. Yeah, okay. So. And Larry says, for my upcoming 2 months trip, we'll be spending a lot of nights in Walmart and truck stops. Yeah, you know, a lot of times when you're just traveling on the road, really don't need to have a campground. You know, you find yourself a Walmart, a truck stop, pulling there. I heard Crackle Barrels. Ron says he misses his old motorhome. Yeah, you know, I mean, motorhomes are nice. I mean, basically, if you're buzzing down the road and you need to go to the bathroom, you can find any safe place to pull over, go back and use the bathroom, but jump back in the seat and away you go again. So they have a lot of advantages, you know. You know, I could get Sue to go back and make me a sandwich and come back up front. So, yeah, Larry says it's still too cold for him spending time in the Roadtrek. Yeah, it is. I'm with you. The last couple of days have been really nice. We've gotten back up in the 80s again, but anything below 70, I'm freezing. You know, it's like last Saturday we were out at flying field, and it was supposed to get up to 80, but I'll tell you what, in the morning it was cold. I mean, by the time I was done, it was just beginning to warm up, and I was ready to head home by then. So, yeah, it's no fun in the cold. I'm a fair weather everything. You know, we have the motorcycle. If it's not nice, I'm not getting on that thing. You know. I want it to be nice and warm. Enjoy the ride, you know. And John says, I'm guessing a good marriage is the key to surviving together in close quarters in a road trek for any. It really is, because you're tight quarters, you know, in a road trek. And what we've learned you have to do is, if I'm going to get up and move around and do something, Sue has to sit down, or vice versa. If she wants to get up and do something, I sit down, because there's not room for both of you to move around much. So you learn how to orchestrate with each other because you are tight. I mean, they're not roomy. So John says Halifax, Nova Scotia is on the east coast. So, and Ron says it's going to be 80 but rain. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be in the mid 80s today. But we're supposed to get some rain. Right now, I'm looking out the window. It's beautiful, sunny out. But it's going to rain later on today. They talk about rain over the weekend, but I have a feeling it's not going to be much. This time of year in Florida is our real dry season. It seems like the rain, even if there's some in the air, it dissipates. It just dries up before it hits the ground. And so a lot of times it'll cloud up, look like rain, but never does on it. Yeah, we have friends, Pierre and Ann live up in Montreal. They just went back.
Or was it Quebec?
Is it Quebec, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Quebec. But they just went back up. They had an issue with they had a young dog, and I don't know what happened, but it got something. And the last time I seen Pierre, he said the dog had been sick, and it ended up, the dog died. And so they went back up a little bit early, and I'm not sure what happened to their dog. I think it was only, what, 3-4 years old?
Yeah, was it? No, less than 3.
Oh, less than 3, so it was
only
pretty young.
2. I think she's only 2.
About 2. Something happened. I don't know if it ate something or what, you got to watch. They eat even plants. Cassie started eating a plant the other day. It's like, nah, you can't let her eat that. You never know. Some plants are poisonous to your dogs and that. So let's just see if we can get a joke out of Google here before we get out of here. Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
I once stayed up all night trying to figure out where the sun went. Then it dawned on me.
Oh, it dawned on her. How you like that? It was there. I'm glad to see everybody coming aboard this morning. We're finally building up to a nice little chat group here. It's fun getting on, chatting about anything, whatever, and anyone that comes on here and watches after the stream's over, feel free to leave a comment, and we'll talk about it the next day. Actually, I had one comment I was going to read this morning on my daily vlog, was about how we relax in it. And this was from Elaine Boston. She says, "Thank you for your video. I'm not an owner yet, but I didn't think that about having twin beds. But now you mentioned the disadvantages. You're right. The twins are the way to go. And also have a full-size van and had swivel seats, and they're very relaxing to set in." Yeah, and that's what my, if you haven't watched it, check out my daily vlog video on how we relax. And that's something we didn't think about when we bought it. Different, how you're going to be using your Roadtrek camper, whatever. And now when we just go around, sometimes we'll go to these little shows and just look at campers and that. First thing you do is, like, I like to kick back in a chair and watch some TV, I'm outside, but not all the time. There's times if it's raining, you're going to be inside, and a place where you can kick back, Oh, good. Thanks, Larry, for watching. But yeah, and you think about these things, how you're going to be using your camper, bed situation and all that. So there's a lot to think about. And I don't know, we might not have bought the one we have. If we know now, we might have held out for maybe a Popular, but that's fine. I mean, ours is fine. It's just we deal with what we have, but it just was an interesting thing to think about, and that's why I did that little video this morning and put it up on it. So, all right, we're going to get ready to get out of here. Oh, you got to have AC. Yeah, Ronnie said you got to have AC, and
I just asked how they configure their beds.
Oh yeah, that's interesting to know how they do their beds.
Because they both, I believe they both have Populars.
Okay. And you can do a full, like a huge bed with the Popular, or you can make them twins on it. Yeah, see, now Larry has the 210. See, 210's nice. Those...
Actually, he has the 4 seats and the queen-size bed.
Yeah, so we want to know if you had the 4 seats also with the 210 on it, because that's what we look, some of, like the Popular only has 1 extra seat in the back, and... so that's we like the 4 seats on it. I think you can get by with the 1, but 4 seats would be nice. Yeah, like Ron said, have an AC. Okay, so Larry says he uses the twin bed setup.
It's easier to get in and out.
Yeah, it is. You got the aisle. You know, you can just pop up. You can use the bathroom in the middle of the night. And same with the AC. You know, I like AC at night, especially at night when I'm sleeping. I like a nice cool. So yeah, I would want one with AC, and the generator is nice because if you're out somewhere where you don't have shore power, you can use AC. Okay, so he has the one extra seat in his. Okay, and you know that's the ones we would probably look at if we ever switch out. We look some different things on it. All right, again, I said we're going to get ready to get out here for the day. And again, if you're watching this later on after the live stream's over and you want to leave a question, something to talk about, just leave it in the chat section below. Yeah, Larry said never uses AC, but in Florida we use it all the time. It gets hot here. So yeah, you leave a question. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you hit that little bell, makes it look like it's going to ring, it'll notify you when I got a new daily vlog or a new live stream coming on board. So I'm so glad everybody stopped by. It's so much fun when get everybody popped in, get a chance to talk and stuff and chat a little bit. Hope everybody has a good Friday. Tomorrow morning, I'll be live streaming out at our flying field because we do that on Saturday morning. So we'll still be on here, but instead of being behind the desk, I'll be out to the field walking around or setting or wherever it may be out there. But we're going to be taking the camper out there. So everybody have a good Friday, and we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for showing up.
Popular just got twin mattresses made up.
Oh, I saw that. Okay, yeah. John just said he got twin mattresses made up. Okay, that's the way to go. All right, we'll see everybody again tomorrow. Have a good Friday.